I'm Mihaela Popovici-Kim, and I used to design regular fashion. A few years ago, I switched to digital fashion. I work for companies such as Ralph Lauren, Vera Wang, to name just a few. As a 3D designer, I love sharing my knowledge about digital fashion. So let's get started. In this course, I will teach you how to create a professional walk cycle and how to get from this to this in just a few steps. Whether you're a beginner or have some experience working in Cloth 3D, this course is designed to be completed in less than a week. So let's get started. I'm so excited to embark in this creative journey together. In this lesson, I will show you how to choose and create your own personalized avatar in DAZ 3D. Once you have opened DAZ, go to Product, Figures, Genesis 8, Male Avatar. But this is up to you, which avatar you would like to choose. I'm going to make a few changes. I'm scaling the avatar, I'm making it a little taller. I'm selecting left sheen and right sheen and elongating the legs a little bit. It's really up to you depending on what you'll be creating in Cloth 3D as a garment afterwards. Now, I am adjusting the avatar a little bit, making sure it sits well on top of the floor plan. Okay, I think this is pretty good. I'm going to edit the upper part. I go to emaciated on the right side, making the torso a little slimmer. I scale the avatar to make it a little longer. Also the leg spread. I will be creating a jumpsuit, so the leg spread will help me a lot. Then I just go to materials and select the skin, base matte, all maps. Okay, I just make sure everything is in place. Oh, and I also need to elongate the neck. I will add the helmet, and this will help me a lot with, aesthetically. Okay, I think this is pretty good. Checking everything again, making sure everything is proportional. Okay, so at this point, I'm actually going to save this as an OBJ file. So I just go basically at File, Save, and then just name your file and save it as an OBJ. See you in the next lesson. All right, in this new section, we will import the OBJ file into Blender and get it ready for Mixamo. Afterwards, we'll import the avatar into Mixamo and do the auto rigging and choose a walk cycle. After this, we will import this avatar into Blender once again to get it ready for the walk cycle and add accessories. So let's get started. I open a new Blender file and import my avatar I just exported from DAZ. I look for my file, the Gen 8 to Blender OBJ file. Once it's imported, you can delete the cube from the middle. I think the import is successful. And now we'll export this avatar as an OBJ as well. Just to give you an idea why we're doing this, if you try to upload the DAZ avatar into Mixamo, you will not be able to do the rigging. I will just show you an error. So if you do this step, you will be able to successfully import the avatar into Mixamo. It is time to do the rigging of your avatar and select the walk cycle. For this, we'll have to go to Mixamo.com. This is an Adobe product, which means you have to create an Adobe account if you don't have one already. and then sign in with your credentials in Mixamo.com. At this stage, you'll have to upload the character. You'll have to upload your avatar from Blender. Select the avatar, open. We will wait for the upload, which might take a while sometimes. It's processing. And at this stage, you'll just have to follow the steps. Place markers on the chin, wrists, elbow, knees, and groin of your avatar. Then click Next. You have to wait for the auto rigger, which sometimes may take a while depending on the avatar. Okay, review and click Next. 3D characters uploaded, and now the fun part, you get to choose the walk cycle. I am going to look for walk in the search bar. I think I'm going to choose this one. I'm going to select in place, choose the total number of frames, and download. This will be saved as FBX. Downloading asset, and I think we're all done for this lesson. In this lesson, we are back to Blender. We will start importing our FBX avatar from Mixamo. Okay, File, Import, FBX, select your avatar. Okay, looking for mine right now. At this stage, you will have to scale your avatar size from 0.01 to 1 on the XYZ axis. Then go to pose position and select rest position. Well, actually, on pose position, you will go to viewpoint display, select stick in front, and now go to rest position. All right, this looks good. Then go to object mode, weight paint, and you'll notice the avatar is turning blue. Turn to weight, transfer mesh data, and instead of active layer on lower left, I select by name. I go back to object mode, select Genesis 8 from DOS. Select Armature, right-click, Parent Armature Deform. And under the Armature tab, I set the pose position and delete the Genesis from Mixamo. All right, my textured avatar is moving. In this lesson, we'll talk about accessories, which is helmets and shoes, actually boots. Okay, I go on cgtrader.com. You have to create an account, avatar, and I downloaded. Next one, I repeat the process for the boots. I'm looking for a a chunky boot that kind of goes with the helmet and the outfit I am envisioning. And I think I'll have to pay for this. Okay. I select these boots and purchase them. All right, this is how I search and download my accessories, which is the helmet and the boots. I'll see in the next lesson, which will cover Blender and how to add these accessories to your avatar. In this lesson, we'll be importing the helmet into Blender to fit on the avatar's head. Go to Blender, open your FBX avatar, have it ready, and go to File, Import, OBJ, and Helmet. You'll notice the helmet will be a huge size in comparison to the avatar. For this, go to Object, Set Origin, Origin to Geometry. And now we can play with the helmet and resize it. So you can toggle your screen around and check your helmet, making sure it does resize somewhat proportional. Okay, I think this looks pretty good. Let's move it. Should be higher up. And now I think I'm going to tilt it a little bit on the avatar's head. Okay, it just has to fit just right, basically. I think this is a pretty good size. Let's move around. Okay, I think this is pretty good. Just make it maybe a little bit more tilted. Now we will have to attach the helmet to the avatar when doing the walk cycle. Okay, now I select the helmet and the Genesis avatar. I go to Object, Object Mode, Weight Paint until the helmet gets blue. Then Weight, Transfer Weights. Okay, it's right here. And then on the lower left, I will select by name. I'm going to switch back to Object Mode, select the Armature and the helmet, click right, Parent, Armature Deform. Okay, I think this looks pretty good. So we actually perform the steps to secure the helmet on top of the avatar. So when the actual avatar starts walking the walk cycle, the helmet walks with the avatar at the same time, if that makes sense. And all right, let's see, I think this walk cycle looks pretty good. All right, the next step is to attach the boot to the avatar. We will follow the same process, and I will see you in the next lesson. In this lesson, we will add the boots to the avatar and set them in place for the walk cycle. Let's get started. First, go to Import or File, Import. You select OBJ, and I name my file as Shoes. You will see that the boot is a really humongous size, and we will need to resize it. So I can scale it on the lower left, maybe at 0.1 on the XYZ axis. Let's see how this looks. I think the boot looks still pretty small, so maybe just go down to 0.08 on XYZ just to make it
proportional. All right, I think this looks pretty good. Now I'm going to use the tools on the left side and just move the boot around, adjust it, and try to fit it on the leg. I can move my avatar a little higher. Okay, so I can toggle around, move the boot higher, lower, until it actually fits just right. You will see that the boot is not quite there on the leg, and that's why I'm going to go to object mode, from object mode to sculpt mode. This will allow me to grab parts of the boot and readjust it around the calf leg area. I can toggle around the boot and just make necessary adjustment to grab the boot part to make it look good. Okay, I'll speed up the process here and show you the end result. All right, I think this looks pretty good. Select the boot, add modifier, select mirror. Okay, I have a second boot and it's mirrored. Go to object, set origin to 3D cursor. And then I go back to apply all transforms. And make sure on the right side, on the mirror, you select apply. Okay, now I'm going to go to object mode, weight paint, until my boots turn blue, and then weight, transfer weight, and then go back to object mode. Then I select the boots and the center of the avatar, right click, parent, Armature deform. Okay, now the boots will be connected to the avatar when the cycle begins. So go to pose position and click start. Okay, my avatar is walking, having the boots and helmet on. See you in the next lesson.